Each of these three examples of bad customer service, right, they could have been non-events if these three businesses had just managed my expectations in advance. If the restaurant had just printed an up-to-date wine list, right? How hard is that? If Delta had just had the flight attendant tell us in advance, no Wi-Fi on this flight. And if American Express had, a week before, a day before, whatever, or right after that charge, contacted me and said, hey, we see a lot of charges in California. Do you have your card on you? All of those could have been avoided. We could have gone from having bad customer service, right, which none of these were solved for me. The I'm sorry from the waitress wasn't enough to make me go back to the restaurant or even make me try a third time for a bottle of wine. So what was the cost to each company in this? Well, the restaurant, I told you, probably $40 that night, but what about the future? See, I'm not keen on going back right away, right? It was a bad experience for me. It wasn't horrible. I wasn't angry. I didn't storm out of there. I didn't call anybody any names, but it was a bad experience, right? And these things add up. These sort of experiences add up. So they've lost some business of mine, and certainly that night they lost $40. Delta, what's their cost, right? Probably nothing, because I'm going to keep flying Delta. They've got great rewards, and so that's the way it is. So what's the cost to American Express? Well, you know what? They not only lost 90% of the business that I used to do with them that I now do with Visa, but on top of that, they also paid 2 customer service people to talk to me in a condescending manner for more than 30 minutes each. See, that's the real cost here. They have to maintain a gigantic call center just to talk to pissed off Platinum card holders like me because they simply won't be proactive. They simply won't manage my expectations. Instead, they choose to protect themselves. And that's, by the way, probably the reason that I moved my spending over more than anything else is their customer service person who was supposed to provide this great customer service, right? You know what they did? They said, Mr. Stauning, we were just trying to protect you by not allowing that charge. Now, I know that's bullshit. They're not protecting me at all. They're protecting themselves. Because had that been truly a fraudulent charge, I could have disputed it and I wouldn't have had to pay a dime. The moral of the story is they would rather embarrass a Platinum card holder than be a little bit proactive or take a little bit of a risk. And that's unfortunate because they really are a good company, I think. They just don't care. They have no empathy for the person at the other end. So, Amex's added costs and losses, like the losses of the restaurant, could have been avoided by simply giving a crap about the customer, right? Just manage my expectations. A cashier at LFRC gets it, right? Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, she gets it. She's making less than $10 an hour. She can manage my expectations, so these big companies should be able to as well. So the moral of the story is, the short and sweet version for you is let's manage customer expectations. Let's keep customer service issues from happening in the first place. That is the best kind of customer service that you can provide.